Ye dharma hetu prabhava hetum tesham dathagato hyevatat tesham chayo nirodha evam bhati mahashramanaye svaha. Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum tesham dathagato hyevatat tesham chayo nirodha evam bhati mahashramanaye svaha. Om ye dharma prabhavam hetum tesham dathagato hyevatat tesham chayo nirodha evam bhati mahashramanaye svaha. All phenomena arise from causes. The causes are taught by the Tathagata, the cessation causes as well as taught by the great seer. Okay, we were talking of the pervasive. Hey Akio, what are we talking?
I could be wrong. I think getting away from the mastermind of self-grasping ignorance.
Okay, so we are talking about the pervasive conditioned suffering and how there is a mastermind of the other two suffering. So one thing that we need to know is that the suffering is something that we all experience, we are aware of and we experience as suffering. Number two, we are aware of and we experience them as suffering. Suffering change. We are aware of, but we are not aware of them. We don't experience them as suffering. Number two. Number three, pervasive condition we are not even aware of. This is where the mastermind is hiding behind. We're not even aware. Forget about we experience that in form of suffering. For example, we are being dictated by the karma, but we don't see ourselves as dictated by karma. We have a feeling that I have the freedom to do what I'm doing. But in actuality, we are under the dictate of the karma, karmic karma's afflictions, and worse, we are under the dictate of self-grasping ignorance. So this is something that if you truly learn it, feel it, that we are under the dictate of self-grasping ignorance, then you feel such a joy, meaning such a feeling of the is very rewarding feeling that you realize something, you discover something, where all the sufferings are connected, and then you undo this, all the sufferings dissolve. Okay, one example that I give is like say Arctic Circle. 5,000 years ago, 10,000 years ago, Arctic Circle, the icebergs, glaciers, icebergs, they were extremely, extremely solid. And if one of us, if we were there in those days, 5,000 years ago, we will never have thought that one day these icebergs will melt. We will never have this thought. So, if you build something on this iceberg, you can be very sure that it's very stable. The ground is very stable. You'll stack, say, building some buildings on this. And then 5,000 years later, which means 2025, global warming, then even the icebergs, they start to melt. Then whatever you stacked on top of this, they all crumble down. You agree? So the iceberg is the metaphor for the self-grasping ignorance. And on top of this, we feel that it's so stable, so strong, and particularly that at the moment we're not even aware that we have this iceberg of self-grasping ignorance. We're not aware of that. We are aware of, for example, the sadness. We are aware of the suffering. And we experience them. We are aware, plus we experience them as suffering. But the suffering change. We are aware of them, but we are not aware of them as suffering. We see them as something nice. And the pervasive kind of something, we're not even aware of them. And later when you get a glimpse of emptiness, then we'll realize that, okay, now look, now I've seen the foundation of all my miseries. Self-grasping ignorance, the iceberg on which everything's stacked, all my miseries are stacked on this. So when the iceberg of self-grasping dissolves, everything stacked on this, contaminant karmas, afflictions, inappropriate tension, afflictions, and contaminant karmas, and the miseries, they all crumble down. Okay, that is of liberation and of freedom. Okay, so on the thinking of this, all contaminated things are suffering nature. All contaminated things are suffering nature. Okay, as long as I'm under the sway of contamination, there's no freedom. I also have to live in suffering. For example, firstly, we are tormented by the suffering. And like the prisoner B, who just escaped. Why? Because he was constantly reminded that you are in prison. But prisoner A, there was no reminder. And finally, the suffering, execution took him over. So, there's no reminder. Likewise for us, the swimming pool, the KFC, or Starbucks, and so forth, they deceive the prisoner A. Deceive the prisoner A. So likewise, that we are constantly suffering, going through this suffering, because that there is some element which is deceiving us. That is the suffering change. That deceives us. So there's a mixture. Sometimes happy, sometimes crying, sometimes happy, crying. This is how we continue to suffer. In other words, it's so like there's some agent, for example, like say the butcher who has to, to butcher the pigs. Then they feed the pigs. And the pigs like it. And finally for what? For butchering. So like we are like the pigs, and then there's some agent there who is giving us the suffering change. And then make us feel happy, and stay there. We don't think of running away. And then meanwhile, making us suffering sickness, aging, death. And so there's some agent. There's no external agent there. It is your own karma. It's your own negative karma. So, okay. So with this, the next is that if you really think about this, all contaminated things are suffering nature. If you really think about this, then when will they stop? When will these sufferings stop? This is the next question. When will these sufferings stop? So, they will never stop on their own. Impermanence. We learned that there are two kinds of impermanence. What are they? Gross impermanence and subtle impermanence. Two, there's another way of classifying the impermanence. Another way of classifying the impermanence into three. One, impermanent phenomena whose continuum invariably stops. This we already learned. Impermanent phenomena whose continuum invariably stops. For example, 2024. Nobody made it stop. It stopped on its own. 2024. And our youth, nobody stopped. It stopped. So that is the one class of impermanent phenomena. A second class of impermanent phenomena whose continuum never stops. Impermanent, but whose continuum never stops, like time. Then our mind. Our mind never stops. It'll keep going. You become enlightened, you become Buddha, still it keeps going. But it's been changing. Say, today you are happy, tomorrow you are unhappy. When in samsara, we are under the sway of the ignorance. And then when you get this wisdom, then the ignorance is removed. Your mind keeps changing. And when you become Buddha, your mind is so perfect. In samsara, your mind is tainted. It's changing, but as a mind, it never changes. For example, like, okay, let's say that, let's say Shobet, how long have you been on this planet Earth? Huh? 32 years. You've been, so you've been like this all the time? You've been Shobet all the time?
The atoms have been the same.
Sometimes you're not Shobet.
The atoms have been the same.
No, this is not my question.
I have not been the same.
Oh, yeah, I think the Shobet, you have a ear problem.
I have not been the same.
Okay, this is not my question. My question is, have you been Shobit all the time?
Yeah.
All these 32 years? Yes. But have you been this smart boy all the time? Day one you were born, you're not that smart. Yes? So look, all these 32 years, who was born a tiny baby. From there was also Shobit. Today a young man is also Shobit. So, and the toddler, the adolescent, and the young adult, and now, so there's constantly been changing, yes? But all along, this boy has been Shobit. So Shobit is always there, but you go there, there's no one Shobit which remains the same all the time. It's always been changing. Likewise, our mind, it remains forever, but it has been changing all the time. You're getting it? Impermanent doesn't mean that it has to disappear one day, not necessary. As long as there's change happening, that is impermanence. Let's not forget it. Okay, so with this, the second class of impermanent phenomena is the impermanent phenomena whose continuum never stops, like time, your mind, and so forth. Yes?
How do you know that time is impermanent?
Okay, time, what is time?
Change.
Time is not change. Time is not change. What is time? Time, look, time is an attribute. Time is associated with the change. You're getting it? Time is not change. Time is associated with the change. Because the change is there, then we speak about the time. You're getting it? For example, say good times, bad times, difficult times, easy times. You know that? It's not always bad time. It's not always good time. Sometimes it's good times, sometimes it's bad times, sometimes easy times. So time is changing. When the object is changing, when the flower is changing, the attributes of the flower, impermanent attributes of the flower, they also change. You're getting it? Okay. So, by the way, there's the one important statement which I don't want to say it now. Later on, if I get time. Okay, but what is this? Okay, so, let's say that the time is impermanent, but it never stops. It'll never stop. Say, according to quantum physics, according to quantum physics, it is believed. The scientists, physicists, they don't agree to the same point. So some say that Big Bang is the beginning of the universe. Some say this is not. So this is all speculative, the hypothesis. So, but time, it's the something which exists at all times. It never stops, but it's changing all the time. Good. Then the third class of impermanent phenomena, whose continuum will never stop unless and until we put conscious effort to stop it. That's the third class of impermanent phenomena, whose continuum never stops unless and until we put conscious effort to stop it. For example, the tears of samsara. are tears of samsara. He'll never stop on his own. But if you put effort, we can stop them. Likewise, sickness, aging, death, tension, depression, anxiety, all these miseries. And the worst, the mastermind of all these miseries. What is the mastermind? Self-grasping ignorance. That never stops unless and until you put a conscious effort to stop it. This is required. So now tell me, say, if samsara falls under this category, Bodhisattva Arya, you have to remember this name, Bodhisattva Arya. Bodhisattva Arya, who is the direct disciple of Arya Nagarjuna. So what is said is that samsara has no beginning, but whether it has end or not, it depends on the individual. So those individuals who have the wisdom, who get the wisdom, their samsara has end. Those who do not cultivate the wisdom, the samsara will continue. So the Buddha taught that long is the night for the sleepless. Those who don't have sleep, those who have insomnia issue, those who have sleep disorder, night is too long. Or how many felt it once upon a time? Raise hands. Okay, I think you also felt it. Oh, Avinash, you also felt it. I don't know what happened to the young people. And this Lakshraj, did you have sleep problem? Once upon a time, sometime, and the night is too long? Okay. Chelsea? Yes, okay. And Diana? No issue. Oh yeah, that's good. Okay. So the Buddha taught that long is the night for the sleepless, long is samsara for the ones without the wisdom. If you don't cultivate the wisdom, samsara is long. If you don't have the sleep, night is long. Okay, this is what the Buddha taught. So with this in mind, now the next is that, okay, our samsara, and samsara is from contemplating on that level, samsara is something which is the okay. This is, by the way, this is very interesting. This is very interesting. Let's say that the you want to start a startup, and you're looking for somebody to invest. And I said, I will invest. And how much? I said, $1 million. Happy, not happy? You're not getting anybody to invest. No, I said that I'll invest $1 million. Happy, not happy? Very happy, Loena. Okay, but this is and you don't repay any interest on this. Great. Okay. But this is only for 5 days. 5 days, you happy, not happy?
Stressful.
So, first when you say that, oh, he's going to invest, you're very happy. It's just only for 5 days. So after 5 days, you return the money. In 5 days, what can I do with this $1 million? You're getting it? So, why the time duration too short that it's not really worth to feel the joy. You're getting it? So, we feel joy. We'll feel joyous over, let's say, that let's say that you have a break, half an hour break for cheesecake. Okay, Maria, very happy. Yes, half an hour break. 2 minutes break for cheesecake. 2 minute break, right? Okay. So, half an hour break is better, 2 minute break is better. Half an hour is better. Okay. So what I'm saying is that, so there's the time. If you see that, let's say that, okay, 10 years very happy, 10 years miserable, and 10 years very happy, versus one day very happy, one day very miserable, one day very happy, one day acutely miserable, like this. Which is better? Tell me. 10 years happy, then 10 is okay, miserable, because duration is long. 1 year miserable, one day very happy, one day very miserable. Then what you would, then this is unbearable. I have to get away from this. How many of you would think like this? Okay, what is the difference? Experiencing 10 years as long, one day is short. What makes us feel that? Anyone? Sense of time. Sense of time. Sometimes when you're very happy, time shrinks. When you're very unhappy, time dilates. Actually, there's no time dilation, except for, according to Einstein, time dilation. It talks about time dilation with the relativity theory. Otherwise, in general sense, with one frame of reference, there's no time dilation. But in our mind, you feel that when you are miserable, even half an hour is too long. Yes? Particularly when meditation, right? 5 minutes meditation, you put in and you meditate. Okay, now it's 5 minutes gone. And you check it, it's still 4 minutes. You're getting it? Whereas when you're after the Snapchat and so forth, Snapchat phone, what is 5 minutes? 2 hours gone. 3 hours gone. You're getting it? And your eyes are red, still you're doing it. It's amazing enthusiasm. It's amazing. Willpower is amazing. But for the meditation, in 5 minutes, it's like 5 hours. Okay, now time is 5 minutes over. Look at it, still 4 minutes. Look, just the time, even the seconds, they move so slow with the meditation. Okay, so what I'm saying is this sense of the time. When we become more matured in your contemplation meditation, then the time what is seen as, okay, by the way, this maturation happens on two levels, through practice and with age, there too. Okay, those in your 20s, raise hands. 20s, 1, 2, 3. Okay, in 30s, okay. In 20s, Lakshraj, so 20 years is long or short?
Short.
Are you sure? No, what do you really feel? 20 years. You have to study for the next 20 years.
No.
Too long, yes, this is reality, right? 10 years, very long. Okay, those of my age, 10 years, very long? Nothing. 10 years is nothing. You're getting it? This one thing is the age. With age, the time duration in your mind, you know what it's like the 50 years, you know that. So, and then you know how the time moves. So with this 10 years is nothing. For those in 20s, your whole world is 20 years. With respect to 20 years, 10 years, half your life. Half your life is too long. So this is how our mind thinks of time, as long, short, and so forth. So this is, then the second way, with the age, you see that 10 years very, very short. And one is with the practice. Even though the age-wise, biological age or chronological age, you may be very young. But if you practice, keep meditating on these, then you see that even the 100 years is too short. 100 is too short. And 2 lives is very short. 5 lives is very short. You can feel that. Then you see that, like I said, say $1 million for your startup for 5 days. What do you do? So 5 days is too short. You feel fight is too short. Likewise, just to feel okay, I'm young. Young for how many years? Another 10 years. Then it's too short. You're fooling yourself. So this thought will come to us if we are so mature in your practice. Even though you are, chronologically speaking, you are young. Biologically speaking, you are very young. But with your thought maturation, you see 10 years are so short. It is like self-deception. Self-deception and not seeing your imminent death. Not seeing that. So it's so short. So this is through your practice. So therefore, if you practice, then we will see that a life, you can make the life turn very, very productive, very meaningful, and not at all make it go waste. This is so precious. Okay. So now, if this is the case, you feel a sense of urgency. Think of my miseries. For example, I remember my father. My father, he was just a simple person. Once in a while, he was sharing his life experiences. Once in a while, very briefly, he would say that how many times I shed tears. This is what he said. I could feel, when he was saying this, I could feel this sense of the burden, sense of the problem, sense of, what he's talking about is purely all the physical problems. Physical, and then of course the mental problems also there. Whereas the rich people, educated people, for them the main problem is of course along with the sickness, aging. This is common to all. Along with that, for them the main problem is the mental problem. This is what Bodhisattva Arya said. For the poor people, the problem is mainly physical. Hunger, thirst, cold, heat, and so forth. And for the more affluent people, more wealthy people, the problem is with the mental. Mental can be so severe, severe mental problem. And some of the extremely good families, when the mental problems, then this, I can't imagine this existing in a poorer family. They don't have such problems. Very sophisticated complications in the family. We don't find this in the poorer families. For a poorer family, very simple. You have a piece of bread, you share it between 3 siblings, father, mother, and then they have belly not even half full. You go to bed. This is the problem. Mentally, it's okay. Right? Always saying, oh, when will I get the full meal? But the very affluent ones, they have a very sophisticated problem which they can't even imagine. Others cannot even imagine. Very complicated problems are there. So, when you think of this, it's very severe, this problem. So think of this more, then one becomes more realistic person. How do you know that you are a realistic person? When you actually encounter with the real problem, you're not shocked. Because those people who are intoxicated by this short time, 5 years, 10 years, as very long, these people when they encounter with the problem, they will be in shock. Will be in shock sometimes. Husband, wife, when husband is gone, within a few months, the wife also leaves the world. When the wife dies, within a few months, the husband also dies. This is shock. They cannot bear the shock. So, now the point is that if you think about these more, if you don't think about these things, then one day it will hit you and then you are in shock. If you think about these things more, you are mentally prepared. Will be prepared. So those people who are very, very, very smart, then will they prepare to stop all these problems completely. So how to stop the problems? All contaminated things are suffering nature. How to stop this suffering altogether? How to stop this? Okay, so let me see. Those people who already heard this, don't say anything. Those people who did not hear this, you tell me, you should give me the advice. Okay, ready? Laksharaj, ready? You have to give me advice. You have to give me advice. What advice? Right? Yes. No, 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 no. I will tell you my problem and then you advise me. You're getting it? Okay. Laksh is so kind. You want advice? Right now. Oh, he's thinking about giving some advice. Okay. So kind. Okay. So, particularly those who did not hear what I'm going to say before, you give an answer, not those who already heard. Okay, this will tell us. And those who already heard, just watch what what answer the others are giving. You're getting it? This reflects who you are, who you were earlier. This is your maturation. You're getting it? Okay. My problem is, listen, I have one problem. I live in Delhi. And I live on the third floor. And in the month of May and June, the Delhi weather is so dry, and I live on the third floor. And that's true. That's true. And some stories I cook up, it's not true. Say that in the month of May, June, the particular May, when the weather is so dry, there's some in the house, there's some moisture there, and because of this, I have asthma problem. That's not real, right? It's not real, but once upon a time I had asthma, not in Delhi, somewhere else. So this asthma problem. I don't want this asthma problem. What advice would you give me? I don't want this asthma problem. What should I do? Okay, yes.
Are you already going to the doctor?
Okay, in a way, the Laksharaj, what he's advising me is, did you go to doctor? He's advising me, go to doctor. Okay, doctor, Maya, what advice would you give me?
There's a lot.
Huh?
Take an inhaler. You can take an inhaler.
Inhaler. Okay, take inhaler.
Work out. Make your lungs.
Okay, exercise. Okay. Then the Shobit. What advice will you give me? Huh? Move out of Delhi, and who will take care of Tibet House? Chris.
Move somewhere else in Delhi.
Within Delhi, move somewhere else. Okay, then all my books, thousands of books. We have to go somewhere. It's very heavy. Go down, right? Okay. The Abhinasha.
So I think
Look, Abhinasha, what she's not waiting for she's checking if I know her name. Yes.
we decided like this, right?
Yes.
So I think to change this problem, you have to make a conscious effort to come out of it. So it could be either you move somewhere near the house, maybe move to a lower floor if that's
Okay, move somewhere. In short, move somewhere.
maybe get purifiers also.
Okay. Over there, DD.
If it is asthma, I think your food habits should be changed
Okay, change your food habits.
because a lot of food create inflammation and that increases.
Okay. Okay, you change your food habit.
If that doesn't work, go to a doctor and after that you may change the place.
Okay.
Practical advice.
Okay, this is practical advice. Are you sure it's practical? Let us check.
Life is important.
Let us check. Okay, Nivita. You sure already heard it? Heard it, not heard it?
Like we will remove the moisture from your
Ah, very good. Very good. Okay, Anna, what advice would you give me? Huh? Huh?
To the doctor.
Go to the doctor. Okay, go to the doctor. And the Miral, right? Miral.
I must see that meditate and your diffuse.
Okay, meditate. Meditate. Okay. Meditate. Okay, good. Okay, who else now? Okay, now seems like the doctor and Steve.
Maybe somebody said this before, but perhaps you could get an ear filter.
A filter. Okay, this is known as a purifier. A filter, a purifier. Buy a purifier, which is quite costly. 20,000 Indian rupees, 20,000 Indian rupees. And when it goes bad, again you have to call the mechanic, and the mechanic will say, I'll come with what? Give me 22 hours of working office hours, right? And then 22 hours I have to suffer. Okay. Okay, here, guy.
So, did I understand you said it's caused by the humidity?
Yes.
By dehumidifier?
Oh, dehumidifier. Oh, yes, yes. Because of the humidity, it's not the air pollution, it's the humidity. So buy dehumidifier. Dehumidifier is also like 20,000, good ones, 30,000, quite expensive. And then when it goes bad, again, the mechanics doesn't come so quickly. Okay, so anyone else who likes to, okay, Alexander, what advice would you give?
So many options, maybe we should
Oh, good. So many options are there.
think about that everything is even.
Oh, think of everything. Yes, that I've been thinking, but it's not going away. My estimate is still there. I think about impermanence, but still the problem's there. So what are other options? Huh?
Stop to think about that.
Oh, stop to think of impermanence. First you think about impermanence, if it doesn't work, stop thinking. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. That's very practical, right? If you think about it, if it doesn't go away, then stop thinking about it. Okay. 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 What is that? The Russian Misha. Any advice?
I think the dehumidifier.
Buy dehumidifier.
And then also, I mean, why not all of the above? You go to the doctor, ask him to make sure that you're.
Okay, say go to doctor. Oh, you make it simple. Go to doctor. No, don't worry. Once I go to doctor will tell you better than you and I. Okay, so go to doctor. Then finally I become so desperate, and then I go to, okay, the lady here, what's your name? Doris.
Oh, for the first, I would say sit down. Sit down.
Sit down. Sit down. Yes, I'm sitting.
Try to get calm. And please, regular.
Okay, I've been breathing every day. I've been breathing every day.
So and then should we remove the humidity if this is the problem?
Dehumidifier.
I don't know what is this word.
Dehumidifier. To remove the humidity. And the lady there, what's your name again? Sorry? Caprilla, yes, Caprilla. What's your advice?
I would say there are nice remedies. They can help for the 3 months. And after this, it will disappear. Maybe you can improve the quality of the air. You buy some plants for your room.
Okay. So now I see that others would have. Okay, but let's listen to Lohana. Any advice from to something?
I'm not sure that it's come from the sending, but it's just for a moment because it's for the season. So just for the season, you can move into sending.
How do you know it is? How do you know it was season? How do you know it is season?
Because you told us like it's because it's
Month of May.
monsoon.
Who said? Look, this is superimposition. I didn't say monsoon. I say month of May and June. You're getting it? And month of May, June is very dry.
So during this moment, you can move.
To something.
Yeah, to do something. It's a good.
Who will take care of Tibet House? You will take care of it.
Now, you know, with the laptop and everything, you can do
Then all this stuff will be very happy. They'll be very happy, right? Okay. So now finally I turn to Amitabh. What advice would you give?
Yes, I would still go with the option as previously said, and get the house moisture free, or try and remove the dampness by calling the base. And try and get rid of the dampness in the house
How?
by calling the mason, getting the area replastered again.
Replastered. Okay. And Maitri, what advice would you give?
My question is,
Any advice that you Maitri, we met where? Tushita? Where to something? Okay. But this girl, she didn't, I thought that we already have the solution to something, but this girl didn't give me to something advice.
so how can there be moisture if it's dry outside?
Yes, this is my question.
Of course. Why are you forcing me? Moisture can come. Why are you forcing me? Moisture comes. So it's not that I create the moisture.
You open the window.
Yeah, open the window, welcome the mosquitoes. Right? Delhi dengue, mosquito dengue. I thought that something has good answers. No. Okay. Now finally we turn to Isidora. What advice will you give?
Well, first, I would say this, I don't understand is it the trick question if the weather is dry, how it is here inside? And I don't understand.
So therefore, in a way, what she is saying is that I'm confused. What kind of problem is that? You're getting okay. Let us listen to Joyce.
I thought this before.
Yes, tell me.
Okay, so first we have to find out where is the moisture.
Okay, first my question to Joyce is it possible that in a very dry place your house can still be full of moisture? Is it possible? Tell Isidora and this girl, Maitri. Tell them it's possible. Tell them first. Yes. Okay, now how to get rid of this?
It's not from some leaking pipe inside.
Okay, so what Joyce is saying is that then I got a sense that in Goa there's one lady by the name Joyce. In Goa, there's one lady by the name Joyce. Who's that? Isn't? Yes, she's the one. And then I called her. Then she said, Geshe-la, don't listen to these people. Go to Samling, go to doctor, open the windows, welcome the mosquitoes. Don't do all these things. Don't listen to these people. So what you do is that I will take you 5 minutes. And she went inside my house. And she said, Geshe-la, I got it. First, this moisture, because it's the third floor, month of May, which is very dry, and third floor, not groundwater. So moisture must be there must be a source of moisture. And your estimate is because of the moisture. And the moisture source, Joyce checked it, and she found that the water pipeline, there was a tiny crack there. From the crack, the moisture is coming, water is coming, oozing a little bit, not visible. And because of this, gradually the house is filled with the moisture. So she found it, and she said, Geshe-la, you give me 10 rupees, no 20,000 rupees, only 10 rupees. I give 10 rupees, and with 10 rupees she bought what is known as M-seal. Hey Gagan, what is M-seal?
That you use to fix the pipes.
Yes. So Joyce just bought M-seal for 10 rupees and fix it. The room becomes dry, asthma starts, no exercise. I'm breathing, still telling people telling breathe. I'm breathing. Sitting, seriously advising me to sit. An inhaler, right? Inhaler will make you addiction. Yes? So, all these are unnecessary things. So you identify the root Otherwise, inhaler for how long? Inhaler, the moisture will not go away. The doctor, the moisture will not go away. Yes, you agree? Meditation, moisture will not go away. And open the windows, mosquito is coming. Windows must come, again close, again the moisture will not disappear. So the root, as long as the root remains, no matter what treatment that you undergo, they're all symptomatic treatment. They're not the lasting treatment. And change your diet, unnecessary. You're getting it? Change your diet. And Didi said it's very practical. It's not practical. Right? So the practical thing is identify the root. What Nivita said. Nivita checking the root, right? Hey.
But I didn't know what, I couldn't say what the root was.
No, it doesn't matter. You have to check it. She came to check. You will also check it, right? You check, you'll see this. You'll see this and you'll fix it for 10 rupees. For 10 rupees, all the problems are solved. You're getting it? Therefore, the Buddha emphasizes so much on, if you don't want the problems, you have to identify the root of the problem. And stop the root, and your problems will stop completely. So, let's say that there's a poisonous tree growing. And from the leaves, the wind blows through the leaves, and it hits your body, and your skin rashes happen. So some people, they remove the leaves. Because of the leaves, that the skin rash happen, you remove the leaves. Some people, to remove the leaves is not wise. We have to, otherwise, one by one, it'll take a long time. Instead, chop the top. Just chop it, and the leaves all fall. And some say, in a few months, again, they'll grow more leaves. So some will just remove the trunk. And some say, no, it's no point. You have to remove the root. So look, these are the levels of the maturation, levels of the intelligence of the people. So to remove your problem, the Buddha said, use your intelligence the maximum. And how do you use the intelligence maximum? Intelligence plus the correct information, complete information, and systematic information. Yes?
I have a question about this.
Okay, first let me finish this. Yes.
Because is this a kind of asthma? Because I understood you have asthma.
Yes, asthma because of the moisture. Yes. It is not necessary for everybody. For some people, it's not always. For some people, yes. So, some people they drink milk, they have a lactose issue. Not everybody. Some people they eat wheat, they have a wheat issue. Not everybody. Some people they eat nuts, they have an issue. Not everybody. You're getting it? It's not with everybody. Some have some issues. They're specific issues. Okay. So with this, the Buddha advised that we need to check the root, use the intelligence to check the root, and how to get rid of this. Get the correct information, complete information, and systematic information. Okay, this is the Buddha in, they say, so the Buddha taught, even though they are beautiful flowers, without the light, you cannot see the flowers. Even though you have beautiful eyesight, but without the light, you will not see the beauty outside. Even though you have the very extremely intelligent mind, but without the correct knowledge, you would not know the reality. So therefore, the Buddha said, even though you have correct, amazing intelligence, but without the correct knowledge, you will not see the reality. So, to get the correct knowledge, to improve your intelligence, to get the correct knowledge, and then get the wisdom, that is very important. So now the question is that all contaminated things are suffering nature. How to get rid of the suffering? Now, anyone? We already got a clue. How to get rid of the suffering? How to get rid of the suffering is first checking the root of the suffering. check the root of suffering, check the root of suffering. Once you identify the root, then see how to get rid of this root. Okay, so for this, the Buddha taught, Ye Dharma, every day we are reciting this mantra, Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhava, Hetum Tesham Tathagato Hyavattat, Tesham Chayva Nirota, Evam Vadi Ma Shramana Soha. All phenomena arise from the causes, the root. What the causes are, you will say, what are the causes? What is the root? Like what Nivida said. So I want to check where the moisture is coming from. Right? She said, I want to check where the moisture is coming from. So she comes to check. And she comes to discover that it's coming from the broken pipeline. Very fine crack in the pipeline. So identify the root. Okay. Ye dharma hetu prabhava hetum tesham tathagodo hyabatat. Identify the root and then see how to get rid of the root. So, ye dharma hetu prabhava. So what are the causes of the miseries? So the fine crack on the pipeline. Likewise, Buddha said, what the causes of miseries are is taught by the Tathagata. Ye dharma hetu prabhava. Hetum tesham tathagato hyevatat. What the causes are is taught by the Tathagata. So what did the Buddha teach? This is the next question. And of course the Buddha gave lots of teachings and they're summarized by Arya Nagarjuna in one verse. Summarized in one verse by Arya Nagarjuna. Okay, anybody? What is that one? What is that one verse? The Varma?
Ceasing count.
Yes.
These arrive from mental elaboration or grasping and the system. And this is by or in
Wonderful. Okay, where do you find this?
the book.
Which book? Hey, listen what Joshua is saying. And the Varma recited the verse. Joshua is saying where you can find it. Which page number? What is page number? Page 116. Hey, so this means that others, you should be inspired. Yeah, right? People here who knows the verse by heart, who also knows where the verse is available and what are the pages? 116? 116 and also 216. And still more?
Arya Nagarjuna's Mula Madhyamaka Karika text, chapter 18, verse 5.
Okay. Okay. So, okay, let's see. Page 116. Okay, page 116. What's the difference between page 116 and 216?
216 is you have many different teachings and quotations.
Okay, this is more compilation. And 116 is?
Chapter 18 from...
Okay, 116 is the original source. Original text, the source. Wow, this is amazing. 116, the verse number?
Verse number 5.
Verse number 5, okay. Okay, okay, page 116. Okay, Alexandra, read. Can you read it for us?
Keeping of karma and affliction is nirvana. I couldn't explain it.
Okay, so the Alexandra is saying the first line needs a little bit of modification. Ceasing karma's afflictions leads to nirvana. Leads to nirvana. This translation needs to be edited. Ceasing karma's afflictions is nirvana. So the Alexandra, you're using your old copy. Wonderful, amazing. Yes, continue. Yes, it's working. It's working.
Karmas and affliction arise from conceptual thoughts. This arises from mental elaboration, grasping, and true existence. Elaboration ceases by or into emptiness.
Wonderful. Thank you. So, this verse, we have to learn it by heart. And tomorrow morning, say, make sure that you have on your fingertips, you recite by heart when you enter. The Gagan will be there to make sure everybody recites by heart. So he will not allow you in if you don't recite by heart. Okay, make sure that we learn it by heart tomorrow. Okay, this verse, ceasing karma's afflictions. Okay, how many of you have this by heart? Raise hands. Igor? No? So. Okay, Gabor? Yes. Oh, Chelsea. Interesting. Okay, this was a yes. And yes. Amita, Amit, and Atiti. So. Okay. Carl. Yes, of course. Isidora? Yes. Roman Liza? Yes. Joyce? Yes. And Gendula?
Like if I know already,
Yes.
I understand, I don't know if I heard.
Okay. Oh, yes. 11? Yes. Okay. And our Akia? So. Peter? So. Okay. Good. So this is very important verse. And if you these are the verses said by Arya Nagarjuna. Arya Nagarjuna, in the Chinese tradition, in the Tibetan tradition, he is revered as the second Buddha. Okay, so ceasing of karma's afflictions is nirvana. Karma's afflictions arise from conceptualization of inappropriate attention, which in turn arises from the elaboration of self-grasping ignorance. And the elaboration ceases by or into the emptiness. Okay, so this verse, with this, what we need to remember is we need to know 5 points. The 5 points. And this is very important for us to know. If you don't want the suffering, you have to stop the suffering. To stop the suffering, first you have to identify the root of suffering. And the Buddha taught that you have to identify the root of suffering, and what are the roots of the suffering is taught by the Tathagata. So what did the Tathagata taught? What did the Tathagata teach? So this is what Arya Nagarjuna summarized. This is what the Buddha taught. Okay, 5 points. Number 1, ceasing of karma's afflictions is nirvana. What's the opposite of nirvana? Samsara. Number 1 is samsara. Then immediate cause of samsara is karmas, contaminated karmas. Not just all karma. Karma, there are 2 kinds. Contaminated karmas and uncontaminated karmas. So the cause of suffering is contaminated karmas, not the uncontaminated. Contaminated karmas. And the immediate cause of contaminated karmas is afflictions, gross afflictions. And the immediate cause of afflictions is conceptualization of, Maria, inappropriate attention. Conceptualization of inappropriate attention, or to keep it simple, inappropriate attention. And what does it mean? What does it mean? Okay, that, don't worry, we will explain later. Then inappropriate attention, immediate cause of that is self-grasping ignorance, or elaboration of self-grasping ignorance. So we need to know these 5 points. Okay, number 1, samsara. Immediate cause of that is quantum karmas. What's the immediate cause of that? Afflictions. What's the immediate cause of that? Inappropriate attention. What is the immediate cause of that? Self-grasping ignorance, or elaboration of self-grasping ignorance. The 5 points. We need to remember these 5 points. Okay. Once you remember these 5 points, then you will unfold, you will be able to connect many of the dots which we learned, but you could not relate them, and you will be able to relate many of these dots, you can see them connected. Okay. So first, to understand these 5 points well, let me give an example. And then on that basis, I'll explain these 5 points. Okay, let's say that you are sleeping. You are sleeping. You are sleeping, and the Arya is sleeping in Indonesia. Yes, and okay, and Cyrus is sleeping in Mumbai. Okay, so we're all sleeping in your own place, wherever you came from. We're sleeping there, and you had a very strange dream. Strange dream that you are in Bodhgaya, attending a class. Chelsea. Yes, you are. You are in your own country, wherever you came from. You are actually there, sleeping there in your own place, and you dreamed. We all have a common dream. Dream of being in Bodhgaya and attending class. And in the class, I raise this up like this. I show this to you. You look at it. What is this? This is a dream. You're dreaming. What is this? A dream mobile. But you see it as a real mobile. Number one. Then you look at it very carefully. You see it as brand new iPhone 17 Pro Max. Hey, Arya, she's not interested. She's not interested in iPhone 17. That's amazing. Okay. So you see brand new iPhone 17 Pro Max. And some of you are checking, is it really one? Checking. Okay, it's not, don't worry. Okay, then you said that, Geshe-la, can I have your mobile exchange with yours? Right? And Gendun-la said that, no, I already told Geshe-la before he entered the class. You getting it? And then what do? You have attachment to the mobile, you have aversion to Gendun-la. And then what happens? You start to have fist fight with Gendun-la. With the fist fight, the police comes and take both of you to the prison. And then your mother calls the office, your mom. Usually around that time, your mother gets a call from you, but no call today. And mother's worried and called the office. My daughter, my son, they are not calling me today. What happened? And the office person said, unfortunately, they went to the prison. And your mom, poor mom, comes to the prison. What happened? What happened? You went to Bodhichitta Retreat, right? And you end up in prison. Why? So prison, you like it or you don't like it? No, it's not a good place. It's a prison. A prison is samsara, number one. And then your mom asks you, why did you end up in prison? Why? What's the answer? Because of the fist fight, that is karma. Because of fist fight, that's a karma. Why did you find you are a gentle girl? Okay, you are a gentle girl. Maya, you are a gentle girl. Why did you fight with Gendun-la? Why? No, mom, you'll not understand it. Geshe-la has a iPhone 17 Pro Max. And then it's so nice. So, and then Gendun-la is competing with me. Okay, are you sure this is iPhone 7 Pro Max? iPhone 7 Pro Max is an exaggeration of the quality of the dream mobile. Are you sure this is iPhone 7 Pro Max? Are you sure this is mobile in the first place? No, this is dream mobile. You're getting it? Okay, so now tell me, if you don't want to be in the prison, what should you have not done? Hey, Shobit. You're already sleeping. You're already sleeping. You're in Delhi, not Delhi, from Bangalore. Yeah, so I said, you don't remember, I said you're in Bangalore. You're in Bangalore, you're getting it? Okay. So you're Bangalore sleeping. In the sleep, all this happened. So if you if you don't want to be in the present, what should you have not have done? Peter. You should not have fist fight, not fist fight. Okay, you should not have fist fight. No fist fight, no karma. If you do not want to fist fight, if you don't want to have fist fight, what should you not have done? No desire for the phone and no anger towards the competitor. That is affliction. No affliction. And if you don't want to have the affliction, what should you not have done?
Exaggerating the qualities of the object.
You should not have exaggerated this mobile as iPhone 17 Pro Max. You getting it? So if you don't want to exaggerate the mobile as iPhone 17 Pro Max, what should you not have done? Anyone? You should not have viewed the dream mobile as a real mobile. Yes? If you don't want to see it as a dream, if you don't want to see the dream mobile as a real mobile, what should you do? Hey, Arya.
Wake up.
Wake up. If you don't want to see the dream mobile as a real mobile, wake up. You getting? Wake up. So therefore, suffering, you want to stop suffering, stop the contaminant karmas. Stop the suffering, samsara, stop contaminant karmas. Stop contaminant karmas, stop affliction. Stop affliction, stop exaggerating the quality of the object, which is inappropriate attention. Inappropriate attention is exaggerating the qualities of the object. If you don't want to exaggerate the qualities of the object, then don't exaggerate the object itself. Don't exaggerate the dream mobile as a real mobile. And if you don't want to exaggerate the dream mobile as a real mobile, what should you do? You have to wake up. Wake up. Don't let the sleep dominate you. Wake up. Don't be under the domination of the sleep. Sleep is the ignorance. Don't be under the sway of the ignorance. You're getting it? Okay, wake up. It's for this reason that the Buddha, Prince Siddhartha, under the Bodhi tree, where we went this morning, under the Bodhi tree, Prince Siddhartha, he became the fully awakened one. So this is how he stopped his own tears. All the chain of misery is stopped. Wake up, stop exaggerating the dream mobile as real mobile. Then what's the second? When you stop exaggerating dream mobile as real mobile, what happens? You stop exaggerating the qualities of the mobile as iPhone 17 Pro Max. And once you stop that, what happens? Attachment to mobile stops and aversion to a competitor stops. Affliction stops. When the affliction stops, you will not fight with the competitor. You agree? If you don't fight with the competitor, why should you end up in the prison? Prison's closed. Prison stops. So this is how samsara operates. Once you know how the samsara operates, you know how to undo the samsara also. Okay. So finally tell me. Finally, what brought you to that samsara? What brought you to the prison in the dream? Finally, ultimate cause, root. What is that root? Thinking of the dream mobile as a real mobile. This is the self-grasping ignorance. This is the root. So, which means seeing the dream mobile as a real mobile happens in the dream or outside dream. Let me repeat it. Seeing the dream mobile as real happens in the dream or outside the dream?
In the dream.
In the dream. Seeing the dream mobile as real mobile is ignorance or wisdom? It's ignorance, and it happens in the dream or outside dream? In the dream. And the outcome is prison. You're getting samsara, prison. Okay, so look, these are three things you need to remember. Seeing the dream mobile as a real mobile is number one, is ignorance. Number two, it happens in the dream. Dream means you are in the sleep state. Sleep is ignorance in that state. And outcome is the anger, attachment, and finally end up into prison. All these things happen. This is the outcome. Okay, now Seeing what you said is that if you don't want to end up in the prison, fine, if you don't want to end up in the prison of the prison of the dream, what should you do? Arya said, we have to wake up. How many agree with me? Raise hands. Finally, we have to wake up. Okay, in what way waking up helps you? When you wake up, you will not exaggerate the things as real. So, with this, what happens? You will not exaggerate the objects. If you don't exaggerate the objects, then anger and aversion will not arise. Afflictions will not arise. When afflictions don't arise, then you will not go to act in a destructive way out of greed or out of aversion. All the negative karmas stop. Negative karmas stop, your miseries stop. So therefore, if you really want to stop the miseries, what should you do? Finally, what should you do? Wake up from the sleep of ignorance. Okay, so seeing the dream mobile as a dream mobile. Seeing the dream mobile as a dream mobile happens in a dream or outside dream. Let me repeat it. Seeing the dream mobile as a dream mobile is ignorance or wisdom? Is ignorance or wisdom? Seeing the dream mobile as a dream mobile is ignorance or wisdom?
Oh, that's wisdom.
Wisdom. And it happens in the dream or outside the dream? Outside the dream. And what's the outcome? The dream anger, dream attachment, dream prison all stops. You agree? Okay, so this is where when the root, seeing the dream mobile as a real mobile, when that is cut, everything dissolves. So therefore what we said is the worst of this theme, of the three kinds of suffering, which is worst? Pervasive conditioned suffering is worst. And within that, what is the worst? Self-grasping ignorance. So that is one which makes us fall in the dream. Create the sleep. With the sleep, then the dream happens. Okay, yes.
That's ignorance, right? But is that different from self? Like what do you say self-grasping?
Good question. Okay, this is good question. Thank you. The Nivida is asking, okay, by the way, you correct me if I got you wrong. Say, seeing the dream mobile is a real mobile. This is ignorance. Yes, it's ignorance. But is this a self-grasping ignorance? This is a question. What do you think? Seeing the dream mobile as real mobile, is this self-grasping ignorance or not? Okay, to make it quick, it is metaphorical. Metaphor means this is not self-grasping ignorance. Self-grasping, what we said, you remember? What we said is self-grasping ignorance, unless we have some understanding of emptiness, we are not even aware of the self-grasping ignorance. Did I say this? We are not even aware of the pervasive conditioned suffering. We are even not aware of the self-grasping ignorance. Okay, but we are aware of that, oh, I had the dream. In the dream, I was believing dream mobile as a real mobile. You are aware of that, which means it is not self-grasping ignorance. It's very gross, but this is a metaphor. You're getting it? Now, this connects me to now we are going in a very good direction. Now, what Nivida asked takes us to the next part. Okay, Misha, you have a question? What?
Which is how do we become aware of and how do we overcome?
Very good, very good. Okay, so this is what is connecting. Now, Nivida is connecting. So this dream mobile, seeing the dream mobile as a real mobile. If this is ignorance, but not the self-grasping ignorance, so how can we relate this to the self-grasping ignorance? This example, how can we relate this to the real context? Okay, this is a good question. So for this, first let me tell you that how many of you have shed tears in your life? Shed painful tears, not the joyful tears. Painful tears. Okay, I'm checking. Elisandra? Painful tears? Yes. Okay, Steve? Yes. Maya? Are you sure? Okay. And Atiti? Yes. And here? Okay, everyone. Good. Is there anybody? Chris? Yes. Okay. So, painful tears. Painful tears is very painful, raise hands. It's very painful. I don't want it. I don't want it. Very good. And is it true that sometimes more feeling of affection towards somebody, versus feeling of anger towards somebody, which is better? Affection will be better, But affection will bring together, anger will push, and then wars, killing, all these nasty things happen. So affection is better. But affection is also a side effect. You know that? Affection also is a side effect. Too much affection, at the time of separation, the pain is so acute. You agree? How many went through that? Too much affection, so affectionate. And then at the time of separation, loss of near and dear ones, the pain is so acute. It happened to you, raise hands. It happened to you, raise hands. Okay, so what do we do? So should we build affection or no affection? Affection, this is the pain. No affection, then anger. Right from the morning, you look at the face of the other person, that, right? Right? Oh my God. Right? Too much affection is very good, but then the side effects is too heavy. You have to pay the price. So what do you do now? Nivida, what should you do? Affection, no affection?
Why is affection?
No, not why. Huh? Why is affection? Like what? Give me the advice. That's amazing. Wow, that's amazing. How do you do that? Okay, this is a good question. Okay, now, so this is the paradox. With affection, there's a heavy side effect to pay the price. Without affection, it's terrible, right? Without affection, we are a social animal, and you can survive on your own. And then in the community, at workplace, at home, and then without affection, the morning you get up, you feel my day is horrible. Just the moment you wake up, it's terrible. But then you sleep, so that you forget. But this is terrible. So with affection problem, without affection problem, what should we do? This is the question. So therefore, I'll give you 3 choices, and you choose one of them. The first choice is so much affection and so much pain, which we already had. So much affection and so much pain. This is one option. Second option, no affection, no pain, no gain. Number 2. Number 3, so much affection with no pain. Which do you want? Possible, not possible, don't talk about it. Don't worry. So, which option do you want? Third. Okay. Third. Shalini, third. Aditi? Okay, we're all third. Okay. Now, the next question is this possible? This question. Is this possible? This is the question. Okay, so for this, we have to explore. You're getting it? You have to explore. What explore? Whether the third option is possible. Whether the third option is possible. From this, let's say that so the third option, to see whether it's possible, that there's so much affection without any pain. Pain is 0. Okay. Say, when does the pain in the dream stop? When does the pain of the dream become 0? When you wake up. How many agree with Guy? Raise hands. When you wake up, the pain in the dream becomes 0. Okay, so from there we see there's some light, some possibility that we can make suffering zero. That's a possibility. Waking up. So therefore, the Buddha is referred to as the fully awakened one. So if there's a waking up, if it is true, then that's a possibility. Okay, so now let me say what Nivita said. Say, seeing the dream mobile as a real mobile. Seeing the dream mobile as a real mobile. And seeing the dream mobile as not real mobile. Right? Seeing the dream mobile as a real mobile, and seeing the dream mobile as not real mobile. So one person sees the dream mobile as real, and one person sees the dream mobile as not real. What's the difference in these two perceptions? Anyone? What's the difference in these two perceptions? Here? Okay, don't just say wisdom. What's the difference in these two perceptions? Chris?
One is correct and one is...
One is correct and one is incorrect. So how do you say what is correct and what is incorrect? What is said is correct. But how do you evaluate it? So, okay, that is, we're going in another direction. Intelligence, yes, that's true. Okay, let me, yes, Gindula.
One you get attached and the other one no.
Okay, so in one case there is attachment coming in. Good. So let me give you, say, let me ask this in different form. Okay, let's say that, okay, say, look at the person sitting next to you. Look at the person sitting next to you. Okay, I just asked you to look at the other person. I did not ask you to smile. I did not ask you to smile. All right? Okay, but still you're smiling. Okay, now you do one thing. Close your eyes and think of the same person who made you smile. Think of the same person who made you smile. Okay, good. I'm glad that nobody's smiling now. If you're still smiling, it's time for you to go to mental hospital. You're very nobody. I'm glad nobody's smiling. Very good. Okay, now tell me, what is the difference? What is the difference between, so why in the first case it made you smile invariably? It's not voluntarily, it is involuntarily you smiled. The second is when you think of the person, you're not smiling. Why? What's the difference in these two cases? Quick. What's the difference between these two cases? In the first case, why the smile came involuntarily. In the second case, why the smile did not come. Anyone? Yes, Gagan.
In the second case, the person is not realized, not there.
Okay, in the second case, the person is not real. In the first case, the person is real. Yes. So Gagan is taking us to one direction, very good direction. Gagan is saying that in the first case, the person is real. In the second case, the person is not real. You're getting it? The person is not real. If it's not real, then what that is? What is it?
Thought of that person.
Thought of the person. In the first case, it's not a thought, it's a person there. Okay. So say, what is this? The flower. It's a flower. And how do you know the flower is there? Your mind knows it. Your mind is a subject of the object. Your mind is the subject of object. Subject. And the flower is object. So in a way, what Gagan is saying is that when I see the person, I see the person as real from the object. In the second case, when I think of the person, it's not real, it's not from the object, it's just my thoughts. It's subjective or objective? In the second case, subjective. In the first case, objective. Look, when you see the object as when you see the other person's objective, you lose your control over your emotions. You see the person's objective, you lose the control over your emotion. Invariably, smile came. You getting it? Okay. Did you voluntarily smile or involuntarily the smile came? Okay, look at the other person. Look at that person. Some people, they're trying to control their smile, but they cannot control. Look at this girl, yeah.
Is it also because we are in a happy state or mental state?
Okay, so when you close your eyes, you're in a happy state, but you're not smiling. You're in a happy state, right? But if you smile, we'll take you to mental hospital. In both cases, you are in a happy state. Okay, look. But this one factor, one of the factors, that you smile. Okay. So the point is, what Gagan is saying is that when you see the object, when you see the person objective, then the emotions, the smile automatically came. Automatically meaning involuntarily. So emotions arise. When you know that it's coming from your thought, subjective. When you know it's subjective, then there's control over your emotions. You agree? Does it make some sense? Does it make some sense? Okay, this is very important, extremely important thing. So this takes us to the understanding of objective and subjective. You're getting it? So in the dream, you are stirred into attachment to the mobile, aversion to your competitor, anger. You are in the search of the emotions because of the belief in the dream as real. You agree? Believing in the dream as real, there's a search in the emotions. The moment you wake up, you stop feeling attached to that dream mobile. You stop feeling angry towards that competitor in the dream. You agree? So, the moment you wake up, you gain control over your emotions. In the dream, you lose the control. Because, why you lose the control in the dream? Because of seeing things as objectively real. You're getting it? Okay, let me say, you give me the reply. In the dream, there's a surge of the emotions, stirring the emotions, attachment, anger, and so forth, because of believing in the dream as objectively real. The moment you wake up, all the dream, anger, attachment, so forth, generally speaking, attachment, anger, so forth, dissolve. Why? To know that whatever happened in the dream is subjective, is empty of objective reality. Is purely subjective, is empty of objective reality. To discover that, your emotions subside. You gain control of your emotions. Okay. So this is extremely important. Extremely important. From this, we are actually connected to what is known as seeing things as objectively real. In the dream, you see things objectively real or subjectively real. In the dream, you see things as objectively real or subjectively real. Objectively real. So that is ignorance or wisdom. That's ignorance, and the outcome is emotional stir happens, loss of control of your emotions happen. When you wake up, you see the dream as subjective real or objective real. Subjective real, which means empty of objective reality. When you see the dream as objective reality, all the dream fears, anger, attachment dissolve. There's a freedom from the dream. That's the freedom from the dream. So, you get the freedom, total freedom from the dream by knowing that the dream is purely subjective, empty of objective reality. Then the freedom comes. Freedom comes. So the Buddha taught that not only the dream, everything is like dream. Not only dream, everything is like dream, everything is subjective. But you pick up something and show that to me. You pick up something and show that to me. And look at it yourself and see how it appears. Objective real or subjective real? Maitri, how does it appear? Object real. Laksharaj, how does it appears object real. So in the dream it is, so what you perceive as object real, does it represent the dream or waking up? In the dream you see dream as object real. You see dream as object real. But when you wake up, you see dream as subject real and empty of object reality. So we need to learn how to put it in both ways. Let's say the flower is next to Carl. The flower is next to Carl, and I run and say that this flower is mine. This flower is mine. Do you agree with me that it is another way of saying it is not yours? You agree? It is not yours. So these two mean the same. If I say, oh, this is not yours, it's very offensive. But I say, oh, this is mine, it's a better way of putting it. It's less offensive. You agree? But they mean the same. So, is mine mean it's not yours. Likewise, is subjective means it's not objective. Not and empty mean the same. It's not, it is subjective means it is empty of objective existence. You're getting it? So the Buddha taught that everything's like dream, everything's subjective. There's nothing objective. And this he discovered. He did not learn it from the two teachers. So this is what his two teachers could not teach him. So therefore, he said that still I do not get the solution to all the problems. So this is the ultimate solution. If you wake up from the sleep of ignorance to know that everything is subjective, nothing is objective, everything is empty of objective reality, then that is the final liberation, final freedom. Final freedom. Example is that you wake up from the sleep, ordinary sleep. You wake up from the ordinary sleep and you get the total freedom from that particular dream. Yes? Yes? Okay. So likewise, if we come to know that everything is like dream, if you come to know that everything is subjective, there's nothing objective, then you are freed from everything. This is a total liberation, total freedom. Okay, this is concept. This concept Buddha did not get from his two teachers. You getting it? The moment he got this, then he got the solution. So that one who is transformed into the reliable guide, motivated by altruism to benefit sentient beings, the teacher. This is what he was to teach all the beings, that everything is subjective. So the Buddha taught that dream, there are two kinds of dream. There are two kinds of dream. One is a conventional dream and the other is the unconventional dream. Conventional dream and the unconventional dream. And from the conventional dream, we have been waking up every day. For the conventional dream, we have been waking up every day. But from the unconventional dream, we have never woken up. We have never woken up. If we wake up from the unconventional dream, that is a total liberation, total freedom. Okay, so is there anybody who is woken up from the unconventional dream? Anyone? Right? And I would say that there should be nobody. If somebody is there who is woken up from unconventional dream, in the first place, you will not come to attend this retreat. And if you do come, you come to check on me. Whether he's teaching the correct thing or not correct. You come to check on me. Maybe Alexandra, she's already woken up from the unconventional dream. Okay, so let's say that we have not woken up from the unconventional dream. If you're woken up from the unconventional dream, just as you wake up from the conventional dream, you are liberated, you are freed completely from that particular conventional dream. Likewise, if you wake up from the unconventional dream of samsara, you'll be liberated from the dream of samsara. This is known as nirvana. But this nirvana. Okay, so what would be the next question? So thus far we, from what we said, then what Nivita said, we drove to a good conclusion. Now from here, what would be your next question? Yes, Misha.
How did the Buddha learn to distinguish?
Okay, so better would be, instead of how the Buddha learned, better would be said, how can we learn? You're getting it? It doesn't matter whether the Buddha learned, it doesn't matter. So finally, this Buddha already know that. Buddha knew that, Buddha know that. So how can we learn that? How can I be awakened from the unconventional dream? You're getting it? This is the next question. This next question. Okay, for today, in connection with what Gagan said, we are introduced to one very important concept. What is that? Subjective versus objective. Don't forget it. And what did we learn? At least intellectually, what have we learned? We learned that everything is subjective. You don't have to believe in this. You don't have to believe in this. At least intellectually, this is what we've learned. And your job is to keep asking questions, keep learning, keep analyzing to see if it is true. You're getting it? Don't just say that, oh, the Buddha taught everything's subjective, it must be true. This will never let you wake up from the state of unconventional. It is like quantum mechanics. Even if you say that Niels Bohr is correct, he is correct, he's a brilliant, so the quantum physics is correct, just by saying quantum physics is correct for 100,000 times, you would not know how quantum physics is correct. For this, you have to do the derivation of quantum mechanics. Likewise, to see everything subjective, that everything is empty of objective reality, just by reciting what the Buddha taught, this will not help us. You have to analyze. You have to do the derivation. You have to engage in analysis, inquire how that everything is subjective. We have to study that. For this, we need correct information,
Consistent.
correct information, complete information, systematic information. This is so important. Okay, we stop here. Oh, by the way, this evening meaning at 6 o'clock, we have the class, NDC5 class. So for this, all of you are welcome, unlike yesterday. Yesterday, I didn't welcome you, but I'm quite impressed. Like, I think Arya came, and those who came, I was quite impressed that it's not so too risky. They thought it was not too risky. But today, of course, it's not risky. Most welcome. Okay, at 6 o'clock. And, okay, yeah. So we'll do the end declaration prayer, page 52. I dedicate the merit thus gathered towards the realization that is in the prayers of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of 3 times, and to the upholding of the doctrine of scripture and insight. May in all lives, through the force of this merit, never separate from the 4 wheels of the Mahayana vehicle, and accomplish all the stages of the path, renunciation, bodhicitta, pursuit, and the 2 stages. From my 2 collections, vast space that have amassed, from working with aspect is practiced for great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose minds, wisdom, eyes are blinded by ignorance. Okay, the Buddha prays. Toge toje shaye riso chon shenge meto dege bonjamba serge lumbo tabu jebe go shaye gebo kyola cha selo oh mone Mahamona Yeswa Om Mone Mahamona Yeswa Tavge ge so chon shen ge me to de ge bon jom serge lumbo tabu jebe ku shaye yebo kyolo cha se lo mone mone Mahamona Yeswa Om Mone Mone Mahamona Yeswa Om Mone Mone Mahamona Yeswaha Om Mone Mone Mahamona Yeswaha Om Mone Mone Mahamona Yeswaha Om Mone Mone Mahamona Yeswaha. Three processions together.